So there we go. Flamie is in. StarX was just sitting in the server while waiting for Flamie. It's pretty standard. Taking more of a passive kind of role today. I did read that comment. I didn't quite catch your name though, dude, because all of the chat was going down. He said if you read this comment, you'll be the first caster to notice it. So there you go. So, knife round coming in. Of course, Cobblestone is one of those kind of maps that it definitely has gone back and forward, very similar to Dust 2 in the sense that a lot of people would say this is slightly T-sided, and wow, NBK just got wrecked. I'm not expecting the ninja play from Seized. So it's always interesting to see which side teams will pick first if they do win the knife. A lot of teams will pick the CT side still, but you do often see Ts getting elected first. And either way, it's going to be NaVi who do pick up this knife round. Let's see what they pick. NBK mad. He got caught from the side and got shanked between the shoulder blades. That's always going to leave a mark. Just waiting to see what the teams actually say here. If they're going to elect which side. Maybe just debating this between themselves. And they do elect to stay. So they're going to be staying on the CT side. Where am I from? From near Newcastle in the northeast of England. Cold as hell here. Peeing it down with rain as well. It's pretty miserable outside, but hopefully we're going to have some 6 CS. Cthulhu, what's up? NB cry. It's a bit harsh. I'll take that as a compliment, Andrew Jakin. You're a good caster. I like you. You're weird. Thanks, I guess. Am I an NA caster? No. How new is the castle? Hundreds of years old. Super new. I don't have an accent now. Moved around a lot when I was a kid, so I lost it. But I was born around here and I live here again now. London's pretty awful. So humid and too hot for this time of year. What? It's too hot? If you're having any issues with lag or any problems with black screens or maybe some audio problems, just go ahead and refresh the stream, guys. It should help. Sometimes Twitch has some little bugs here and there. So hopefully that will fix some of your issues. My son was brother, no. Pretty random question. Newcastle's going to get relegated. Probably. We kind of suck. For those of you that are just asking and just joining in and wondering what's going on, we haven't started the game just yet. As you can see, we're in warm-up. The knife round has came and gone. NaVi won it. They elected to start on the CT side of Team EnVyUS's choice of map, which of course is Cobblestone. Map number 2, for those of you that weren't here before when I mentioned this, is going to be Train. Of course, that was NaVi's pick. And the third map, if we need it, will be Mirage. Again, I feel like off those maps, I definitely favour EnVyUS here, but judging off the performances of both teams recently, I think this could be a very close one. I really have no idea what to expect from this matchup. Oh man, Alan Shearer, absolute legend. Whoever said that, yes. This is a Finnish caster. No. I've lived in Finland, but I'm not Finnish. Get Alan Shearer to co-cast, I'd love to. I don't think you know anything about CS though, unfortunately. What rank am I? I'm Global Elite. Thanks, Ioann. Again, guys, sorry about this filling in time. Originally, I was expecting us to get underway very shortly after that knife round, but it seems that I'm just filling in time, and you can guarantee if I go back to music, the second I turn the music on, we'll start the game, so I'm just awkwardly waiting here, hoping that we get this game started in the next 10 years would be nice. I have been to Cardiff, yes. Will City win the league? Nakatomi, I'd say it's likely they will. With Chelsea's horrendous start, Liverpool was struggling a bit, but now Klopp's came in. I think Liverpool are looking a lot better. But I think City should win the league. That's my feeling anyway. Aston Villa all day. What, to hit rock bottom? Villa have been horrendous. I know Newcastle are bad. Jesus, Villa are terrible. I'm sorry for any Villa fans, don't kill me, but seriously, they suck. Liverpool Newcastle score. Okay, here's the sad thing. Okay, I'm going to watch that game live. It's my birthday, like on the 6th. So I'm going to go and see Liverpool against Newcastle, and I'm almost certain that Newcastle are going to get spanked like 4-0. I'm a Newcastle fan, have been my entire life, but I'm pretty sure Newcastle are going to get absolutely shreked off Liverpool. Like, 100% going to get wrecked. It's not my birthday today, guys. On the 6th, when it's Newcastle against Liverpool. I think it's the Sunday. What do you reckon, guys? Should I put the music back on and just chill until we start, or should I just keep talking? It's up to you. I'm very weary. I don't want to bore you guys to death. There's only so much I can talk about here before we get into the game. Can I touch on everything I could have beforehand? The only Finnish I can speak is a curse word, so it's probably best to both. Greedy. Keep talking. Alright. Well, you guys got to keep firing the questions out then, or starting conversations with me, because I'm trying to somewhat save myself for the rest of today, because I'm going to be casting like 2 best of 3s by myself, so I'm very cautious about, you know, going too crazy early on. I don't want to screw my my voice. Yeah, that shot in mid-air was pretty disgusting with the Deagle, I'm not going to lie. How is the result 0-0? We haven't started yet. Detlef Silva. My name's Vince. Am I fat? Yes. Unfortunately. I'm working on it though, boys. I'm working on it. Will you cast any offline tournaments soon? I really hope so. That's kind of where I'm aiming to do. I've done a few offline tournaments over the last few months. I'm hoping to continue doing that. I'd love to. Is this DDK? No. Am I drunk? No. Hey, at least I'm honest, right? How many kilograms? See, if I told you how many kilograms I was and you saw me, you probably wouldn't believe it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe it. I'm actually 130 kilos. But the reason why it screws that up is because when you think of 130 kilos, you're thinking like I couldn't fit through a door, but I'm built quite big. Like I'm broad, I'm a big guy, but also overweight, so I weigh a lot. I'm probably double of what some of you guys watching are right now. Yeah. Don't be jealous, boys. You wish you're 130 kilos, don't lie. I'm not that tall, I'm only like 6 foot, I think. But I mean like wide as in shoulders and stuff like that. Nearly triple me. Damn. How tall is that in centimetres? It's like 184 or 5 or something like that. I don't know. We don't use centimetres really in England, we use feet. I'm sorry guys, for those of you joining who are like, what the hell's going on, why aren't we watching CS? I've put the warm-up on so you can at least see stuff. So at least you've got something visually stimulating. But for some unknown reason, we are seriously delayed, and I'm not sure what the reason for that is. By like 15 minutes so far. Okay, then I'm taller than 6 foot then, in that case. If 6 foot's 180, then I'm taller than 6 foot. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm very cautious that, like, or very aware, I should say, that people joining the stream are going to wonder what the hell's going on. Like, why hasn't the game started? Why is everyone just running around like headless chickens? Because I think we do have some internet issues on one of the players from NaVi. There was some yesterday as well. We had NaVi players and shocks as well from Titan were having issues. So there was delays yesterday. Again, I'm in the same position as you. Fingers crossed that we can start soon, but it doesn't look likely just for now. I'm 5'8", 150 pounds. Then I'm literally double your size, mate. Not height wise, obviously. I'd be huge. I'm 80 feet bigger than you all. Impressive. Are you a blue whale or something? Damn, you're 14 and I'm 1m95? Definitely going to be a basketball player. Right, guys, I'm tapping out. I need to save my voice for tonight. It's going to be like 6 hours of casting or something. I'm tapping out. Music's going to go on. If you're mad with the music, I'll feed off your tears. It's fine. Or you could just mute the stream as well. That's also possible. And then as soon as we jump live, I'll turn the music off. I'm sorry, but I could be here for like another 15 minutes just filling in dead time. And it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Hope you guys understand. We'll be right back. And now iTunes isn't working. Great banter. Okay, there we go. Enjoy. They're on a new server, guys. We'll be reconnected shortly from GoTV, so just stay tuned. Game will start very soon. Alright guys, sorry about this. They were changing the server and then does seem to crash on me, so reconnecting as you can see. Hopefully we'll be live to go into the game straight away as soon as this map loads. Yeah, I'm getting a bit delirious guys with all these delays. Come on, retrieving game data, you can do it. We believe in you. Noob caster. This is fair, that cut me deep, bro. That hit me right to the feels. Right, let me just double check again with the admins what's going on here. Something feels wrong. Just ask the admins what's going on. Okay, apparently GoTV relay needs to be fixed, so this could be a little while longer. So I'm going to put the music back on. I'm sorry guys, it's been a cluster mess. I'm just going to go ahead and say cluster mess of things so far today. Let's hope that all the issues are at the start of the day and we can get loads of sick CS in the middle. So I'll put music back on. Hit the mute button if you don't like it. Oh yeah, we're back into the server, guys, and it seems all 10 players are on and ready to go. I hope. It has been a pretty long delay so far. I think we are a good 30 or so minutes over time. So for those of you joining, wondering what the score is, it is still 0-0, and we've yet to play a single map. So you haven't missed anything just yet. There's been some GoTV issues. A couple of players had internet problems. We've had pretty much everything thrown at us. So fingers crossed, we are going to have smooth sailing from here. I knew as soon as I said what the score was, people would be like, score? Score? What's the score? 0-0, guys. Xtaz CS. You can find Twitter and all that kind of stuff and who I am at the title, at the top of the screen. I'm at this. Glad you're enjoying yourself, dude. I'm sorry it hasn't been more, well, explosions and fireworks and CS, but technical issues will be issues, especially online. These things happen all the time. Just speak English. Fairly sure I'm speaking English. I mean, I could be wrong. The delay is indeed real, and for some reason Guardian is bugging for me, I think. No, he's not. Okay, never mind. This is the English stream, yes. Mic muted. Great banter. Thanks, Godlike. Guys, can we get some hashtag pray for CS in chat, please? Just so maybe we can get, you know, one round at least of Counter-Strike today. That's the dream right now. So hashtag pray for CS. I feel like we might get some Counter-Strike. Oh my goodness, I can see the match starts in 5 seconds. Hype! Please don't pause on me right now. I'm going to be so sad. And I think we're in. I think it's time for us to get this rocking and rolling here between Team EnVyUS and NaVi. They did already have the knife round before the issues came into effect, so NaVi will be starting on the CT side. EnVyUS, of course, on their choice of map, will be aggressing as the terrorists. And here we go, into the very first round. Seems like Happy's going to be by himself for now, of course. He can easily get through the connector side and join the rest of his team, but may very well just be trying to run interference here and bait out the CTs to stick on the B side. Well, such as Cobblestone takes a long time to rotate, I should say, from each site, but Guardian with the shot really was huge yesterday for NaVi as well versus Titan. So I'm curious if he's going to explode again here on this map, but regardless, I mean, kioShiMa has bounced back and got himself a frag, and NBK locking down balcony makes this really difficult now for NaVi to hold on to. They're going to need Guardian to step up one more time, 2 more frags for him! And suddenly a 3-on-1 goes in NaVi's favour. Zeus with the dualies into the face of kioShiMa, and NaVi will get this bomb defused. So it looked a bit sketchy for them for a few seconds, but the whole full house of frags from Guardian and Zeus delivers that first round. EnVyUS will be disappointed with that. But regardless, NaVi pick it up in style. And those 3 frags as well going into the bank balance for the early AWP, which he has picked up now. You could see at the start of this round he had 4.8k. Well, actually a bit more than that. So, full-on assault rifles with the AWP in play. Maybe a tad risky if EnVyUS can get up in the face of NaVi. Of course, NaVi are going to play accordingly and try and hold the long angles. Mac 10 going in first from NBK. Going to try and clear out those rooms, and he catches Guardian. The AWP has been dropped in the middle of nowhere as well, so Zeus can't even get his hands on it. He's going to try and hold down the site with the FAMAS does do just that. Eats 13 HP worth of damage, but that's no problem. But now the Tech 9's come in. kioShiMa picks up 2 before he's traded out. And back into the tag team duos we go. But the AWP has been picked up by EnVyUS in the hands of Happy. As the barrel sticks through the corner, Edward had the drop on him. And suddenly it's all on kioShiMa. He can't get anything done from Stables. And NaVi will pick up their second, but that was a lot closer than they were hoping for. As soon as Guardian got picked off there, Just outside of the doors near truck, I was thinking it could be all she wrote for NaVi, not the case. Rip ears. If you want me to change the audio settings a tiny bit, give me a shout. What do you want me to turn up or down? Game volume up, cast volume down. Alright, I will try and fix that for you in a second. Either way though, let's carry on with the action as EnVyUS do line up for seized, and he will take them down accordingly. It is effectively an eco round for EnVyUS. I weren't really expecting too much out of this one, but a couple kills would have been nice. Zeus with a comfortable frag onto Happy, and that of course will live kioShiMa all by his lonesome. (3 to 0). We go. EnVyUS now are going to have themselves AKs once more. I will sort out the audio levels in a second for you after this round, because it means I'm probably going to have to change scenes just for a second. So I don't want to do it when we have full weapons on play. Oh my goodness, Guardian with the flick. NBK did not know what hit him. And that is an AK-47 that will go by the wayside. Apex just charges straight up without flashes or smoke, so somewhat in the open. Maybe assuming that Guardian would be on A by himself and they would have no one watching the mid-area, but that wasn't the case. So a couple of free frags go across to NaVi. And in the blink of an eye, the hopes and prayers for EnVyUS in this round certainly dwindling. Wonderful flick shot to start things off. Happy is going to answer back the first frag for EnVyUS coming in here. But there's the issue. He was kind of stuck on platform. The flashes and the smokes were keeping him at bay, and he just couldn't scamper away in time. Well, Guardian misses that shot. It was definitely the easier of the two shots that we've seen from his perspective so far this round. Lands the first, but not the second. And with 40 seconds, if keniS can wrap himself round and get this frag onto Seize, this could be doable. The first frag goes down, and flamie very nearly misses his spraying opportunity. Finally locks it down. 30 seconds left. kioShiMa does have the bomb in his hands. So slight saving grace for him. He doesn't have to trek back and try and pick this one up for himself. But there's players on either side, and NaVi will get yet another round. They did lose 3 weapons, including the AWP, and I don't think they can pick that one back up again. So it is going to hurt a tiny bit. Right, one sec, guys. Try not to rage too much as I alt tab. There's a reason for it, trust me. Better that than the game crashing, right? Right, I have turned up the game volume and I've turned down my microphone, so hopefully that's going to be all okay for you. Anyway, you haven't missed anything. EnVyUS, as you can see, with the half buy with Tech 9 and Armors. UMP picked up for the CTs here as Edward and flamie go to town. Seized with 2 frags and Edward with the final. And just like that, EnVyUS again fall by the wayside. But as I said, it was a half buy coming in there. And now EnVyUS are going to have themselves a healthy amount of weapons to play with. Sound is nice. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Keep it coming. Now remember, this is EnVyUS's choice of map, and although it's early days, what? flamie just naded Edward. It literally landed in his back pocket. I was about to say, you know, this is early days. EnVyUS certainly would have been hoping for a much better start than this. 5-0 down already. And T-side, for me, is still probably the slight favourite side to go on, especially from teams like NaVi's perspective. They're very good at aggressing on these kind of maps. And kioShiMa pretty much had to roll the dice and hope that there was nobody in Chicken Coop, purely on the basis that the flashes weren't there for his team. Unfortunately, not pays off for him, but there's keniS trying to pull his team back into this round. This would be a big one for them to claim if they can keep the momentum coming up. They've got every chance of doing this one. Nice shot onto Edward. The flashbang slightly too late. Looking for a third, but NBK's there to steal a frag from underneath his nose, but keniS finally gets his third. He gets traded out, and here comes Zeus from the back. Oh my goodness, the UMP. Not quite powerful enough. Not quite powerful enough. Nearly. So close yet so far. If that's an AK or an M4, probably gets both frags. Here we go again. EnVyUS have picked themselves up the round, but as you can see, it's at the cost of a lot of money. So coming through here into round 7, hoping they can get back-to-back rounds and start to make dents in the economy of NaVi. It's just going to be a CZ and a Tech 9 in play. Happy bumps right into Zeus, and he must be wondering, hold on a second, why can't I move forward anymore? Easy headshot through from him. And a second onto Edward, and things are suddenly starting to shape up. Those 2 pistols get upgraded into M4s. And now, NaVi only have 2 players to play with. Zeus is one of those. Guardian the second. He moves in, gets a grenade landing by his feet for his troubles. He was heavily tagged up just before then. And Kenny S with the simple shot onto Seized in the end. Had the angle. Knew where he was coming from. And it does surprise me to an extent that Seized would go in at the end by himself when their economy is so poor. That the weapon and the Kevlar could have been massive for NaVi in this round. Just stacking one player on a site, maybe try and do something with it. In a 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5, you're really not expecting to get anything done, so not too sure what the thought process was there. Maybe try and take as many weapons away from EnVyUS and make it as damaging as possible. But now NaVi are into an eco. People make fun of my accent. Screw you guys. Edward up on the plat. Does spot himself a player. Bit of information across, but with so much time left, does it really matter that much? As you can see right now, the bomb is starting to transition its way towards the A side. It has 2 players there as well to escort it, to make sure that no sneaky CTs, no pesky terrorists will get picked off. And now the bomb maneuvers its way to B. Happy, jumping out of drop zone, picks up not just 1 but 2 frags, the second of which was through the doors in the head. And then Zeus is quick to follow. Not expecting really anything from NaVi in that round, but I guess it's starting to show that maybe EnVyUS are waking up from their slumber. They started very slow here. Slow out of the blocks. As I said, Cobblestone, one of those kind of maps that the terrorists really can mount a lot of pressure onto the CTs if you break their economies especially, and that's what we're starting to see from NaVi. Although they do have a buy up here, it's without any defuse kits. They have no HEs either, or mollies to play with. Guardian does land the shot through the doors onto Apex, so he's down to 24. Not sure if he'll realise that, but that does definitely keep Apex honest. He can't afford to push through by himself anymore. Takes away some of that entry fragging potential. But Kenny S is just going to destroy Guardian. There's really not much else to say. Guardian didn't have a chance. He just got absolutely wrecked. And that really does leave C's in a horrendous position. He's on danger, and he gets caught. He could hear movement coming from long and also mid, so maybe he was caught in 2 minds as to where he should have been aiming. But he's got picked off, and now A has been completely taken. It's likely that NaVi will just set up in this triangle and try and save the rest of these weapons, not bother to try and retake. As I said before, no defuse kit. The sound is kind of holy. I tell you what, there's one more thing I can try for you. I'll do it after the this map, alright? That means I'm going to have to alt-tab and mess with mic settings in Windows. Just so you don't miss any of the action. But thanks for the feedback, guys. Appreciate it. Is this EnVyUS? Is this EnVyUS's map? Yes, it is. One of the best teams in the world when it comes to Cobblestone, so it will be no huge surprises if they start to really get a move on. As we can see there, they were trying to save the weapons, did NaVi, but they weren't able to take a single one out of them of round 9. And with losing all of those, it's back to another eco. Maybe going to play aggressively this time. I feel like playing standard against EnVyUS with weapons when you just have pistols is kind of a fruitless endeavour. You're probably not going to get anything out of it, so you will see a lot of teams playing aggro, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. You can see 3 players stacking long, just trying to make something happen, hoping that maybe EnVyUS walk into the trap and get snared. They do also have a HE in the hands of Zeus, who's going to eat that grenade to the face. He's going to throw that through. Could do a bit of damage to Apex. Not able to pick up the frag. But there's Guardian with 1. keniS is going to peek. He gets picked off from the P250 as well. And now Guardian can pick up the AWP. So although still you definitely give the round to EnVyUS on paper, the fact they have the Kevlar and the weapons to back it up, with Guardian and the AWP, you never quite know what to expect. And Edward will be peeking out of long, just in time to get spotted from NBK. He's put down with authority. Now Guardian pushes in with the P250. And Happy is there to greet him with open arms. 5-5 now. Yeah, the GoTV slides are real. We had them yesterday as well. It's good times. Just GoTV bugs all day, every day. Oh, Edward has a couple of nades there. Not quite enough to pick him off, but definitely enough to take him down to 38. I don't know what's going on with GoTV right now. It's really struggling. keniS will get fragged, however. And C's looking for the second frag. Can't get too much done. There's just Team EnVyUS moving in together, getting the avenging frags, which are a key integral part of T-halves. So even if you do lose a player, you need someone else there to just charge down the CT defender. And that's what we saw there. Zeus went for the aggressive play, was trying to get something done, get around the back of the CTs. Or the CT mid, I should say, towards the terrorists. And unfortunately, that just played him into a bad position. I'm not sure why I can hear an AWP switching when I'm watching Edward, who quite clearly has an M4, but sure, why not? What is going on with GoTV right now? I could just hear AWP switching all the time. Every player I switch to. What is happening? My game's breaking. Either way, it looks like EnVyUS are going to rack up their 6th round in a row right now. Is it making... Okay, right. So, it was giving me the sound from NBK, even though I was watching the CTs. Which, quite literally, makes no sense to me. Sound of NBK all the time. Loving it. So the worrying thing now for NaVi is after starting so dominantly at 5-0 and things starting to get out of control for EnVyUS, they just win a couple rounds and honestly, in a blink of an eye, things go from fantastic to terrible. And EnVyUS have just been executing to perfection. They've been getting the avenging frags that I spoke of before. They've been getting a lot of success on long as well. This is where keniS is typically gone against Guardian. Guardian lines them up very nearly, gets a double frag. Very unfortunate not to land a couple headshots there. But a 1-for-1 trade does still keep NaVi in this round. NBK gets wrecked up through the doors. Down to 20 he goes. And I believe that NaVi would have heard that. They'd have definitely heard that little dink. So some information gathered. 45 seconds coming up on the timer, and here comes the execute onto the A side, onto the B side, pardon me, sorry. As Apex will be taking point on platform. Zeus lands the shotgun. But there's the returning frags, and they line up for Apex. He nearly has 2 of his own grenades going to go in. Very nearly takes down Zeus, who is still hiding behind the rock. There's 2 players there, and Apex is hungry for more. And the worrying thing for Zeus is he's only got a shotgun. It's long range, medium to long range. There's nothing he can do from there. Fought valiantly, but in the end, EnVyUS are going to take yet another round in a row. You have a choice here, guys. I can either refresh and restart the Counter-Strike, which means that you might miss a little bit. If the sound's annoying you enough that you want me to refresh, I can. Or I can just keep going with this. It's a GoTV issue. It happens now and again, unfortunately. It is really annoying. I'll let you guys decide. NBK is coming through. It's so weird to see from C's point of view as NBK's there, but here NBK sound. It's like really jarring actually. The frags are coming in anyway. NBK goes to the peak, gets spotted, and sees will take down the first. Nearly spins round for the second. And let's have a look. Flamie is coming through long right now. And as you can see on the map, the bomb transitioning to B. Apex is going to get caught from behind. I was just curious if he was going to have a quick check of his 6. That's not the case. And down goes the bomb. And the economy of NaVi is in no real place to risk this weapon. I can't see Flamie risking this. I think he'll just stick on the A side. Indeed he will. Just watch NBK. Refresh half time. Okay, that's the best idea, I think. We're only a couple rounds away anyway. Yeah, I will at half time, guys, while we have that little break. So, EnVyUS pick up an 8th round in a row. It's gone from bad to horribly worse from NaVi. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, Flamie's economy and indeed the rest of NaVi's in no fantastic shape. So saving that weapon does afford them another buy here. Again, it's going to include a Mag 7. And just to save my my sanity, I'm going to watch NBK probably to the start of this round, so we're not hearing random noises. So 3 players coming up long. kioShiMa is going to be taking point. 2 players down there from NaVi. They've got a pretty decent crossfire. And also, more importantly, 2 players are pushing up mid, so they're getting a lot of information. The problem is that NBK just explodes out onto the site, spins around, turret mode again, and 3 kills go down in as many seconds. And that one huge play gives EnVyUS yet another round. There is simply no chance that NaVi pull themselves back into this round. I cannot see it happening. kioShiMa has given his head away and will indeed get picked off as a result. But that's just 2 players down, 3 more to go. Time's ticking out, and there we go. Kenny S is there on point. Oh dear. NBK still spraying. I wonder what happens if NBK dies. It just goes silent with this bug. I'm curious now. For science. Guardian really needed to keep on to that M4. Again, I'm a bit surprised there. NaVi are known for having a few rage moments here and there. Okay, there's a pause in. I'm going to quickly restart the game. So bear with me for a second, guys. Title's wrong, caster. I made the title right before. If someone else has changed it, unfortunately, I can't help that. So pause the game so you're not missing anything. Hopefully this is going to fix the issue. If it doesn't, then I have no idea. We've also got the bug where tab doesn't work. Just fantastic. Yeah, happy I had a crash. Report the caster. Noob caster. Is this the caster that choked the guy at DreamHack? What? I'm just going to go ahead and say no. I'm not going to get into that whole discussion right now. That wasn't me. Yeah, I know how to fix it. It's just that while we're live, I don't know how long it's going to take until Happy's in here, and it takes a little while to change resolutions while you're streaming. You can actually derp a bit with OBS, so it's for your own good, guys. Trust me. If I change resolution and Happy suddenly comes back, you could potentially miss the last round, and then people are going to get real pissed. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's wait until the map's over, okay? Because typically after the map, we're going to have like 10-15 minutes. I can sort everything out. I'll after that, probably sort quite a few things, actually. Yeah, I think that what you're meaning is it Richard Lewis? I'm not Richard Lewis. Although I think we're from similar places in England, so maybe, or the UK, maybe that's why. I hope you guys enjoy the cast. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm solo casting, right? So I'm not normally an analysis guy myself. I'm a play-by-play guy. So normally I'd be bouncing off a color caster and we'd be kind of discussing things. Don't have the chance to do that, so I'm just interacting with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. If not, then fair enough. I'm also trying to kind of like steady myself because there's a lot more maps of CS to come. This is just the first one potentially of 6 today, if both best of 3s go a distance. So I'm not going too crazy right now. The mic definitely isn't muted. The mic is definitely not muted. I know that for 100% guarantee. So I'd love to check the scores right now of both teams and see who's performing. But with tab not working and needing to restart the resolution and all that good stuff, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's NBK. For me, I feel like NBK has been the standout player for EnVyUS. He's been getting consistent frags. In some rounds, he's been getting like 3 or 4 entry kills as well. Like, he's been probably the guy on point. Guardian has been stepping up pretty big for NaVi, especially in the first 5 rounds. Like, when they were dominating, he landed a couple of sick AWP shots. But since then, because of the economy, it's never really built up to allow him and afford him the AWPs. He's just been kind of dwindling away, as has the rest of NaVi. So, kind of worrying times for them as we still wait for Happy to get himself back into the server. How many games do I stream today? I'm going to stream this in the next best of 3, which I believe is Titan versus EnVyUS. Oh yeah, you can see the kills here, but I mean, I was going to check. Oh! These were bugged before, and now they're not. Okay, sweet. So yeah, you can see the kills there. Top fragging is Apex. So actually, NBK not doing as well as I thought he would. Other than that huge round he had of 3 frags, he's been kind of chugging along. It's been Apex and Kenny S who've been landing the frags, and Guardian on 10 kills. And I feel like out of those 10, like 7 or 8 kills came in the first few rounds. Since then, he hasn't really landed anything. Let me just quickly look at the admin chat and see if they're going to tell me how long we're going to be, so I can give you a rough idea, guys. This is pretty much the most delays I've had in a single map, I think, of CS for quite a long time. For a considerable amount of time, I'm going to go ahead and say. Like, this one map has taken the best part of an hour now, and we're not even close to finishing, really. So, good times. Live in 90. Okay, so I've been told that Maniac may be coming in for Happy. Apparently his issues are so severe that he can't continue, so I think we may have Maniac coming into the server. Whether that's going to get announced and confirmed or not is another question altogether. I'm trying to read the chat while I'm relaying it to you guys. So yeah, it seems that Happy is having internet issues. Maniac's going to come in instead. And he should be in the next minute or so, I've been told. So that's pretty much all the information that I can give to you for now. Stream isn't even live, lol. Seems legit, bro. Seems legit. I'm pacing myself. Whoever just said talk more, I'm pacing myself right now. I mean, it's hard to fill in dead time at the best of times, but especially on your own. Last incoming. Let's hope it's quick. So what do you guys reckon? If Happy does sit out, do you think that affects EnVyUS's chances of maybe taking this map now? Do you think this really gives NaVi a real chance at bouncing back? Maniac's a solid player, though. obviously has history with the entirety of EnVyUS. For those of you that just joined us, first map, this is Cobblestone. Next map is going to be Train. That's NaVi's choice. Final map is Mirage. This map itself has been very odd. It was 5-0 to NaVi right off the bat. They dominated EnVyUS. EnVyUS really didn't get too many kills from it. Oh no, they've still got the problem. They've still got the problem, NBK. Oh man. I think that's like a straight up GoTV issue and it's going to stay that way. I really hope not. I even closed my game and reloaded it and it's still got the same problem. It's so annoying. So it's 5-0 to NaVi and EnVyUS got maybe a few kills here and there. And then suddenly EnVyUS just destruction onto NaVi. Absolutely wrecked them. And the Maniac is now in. What's wrong with NBK? There's nothing wrong with NBK, it's the GoTV. Unfortunately, wherever we're casting and whichever player we're speccing, we're going to hear NBK's sound. So if he starts switching his weapons like a madman like he is right now, and he has a tendency of doing a lot, we're going to hear his knife switching and such, even if we're speccing somebody else instead. So it's really quite annoying, to be honest. I don't know if we're live. Judging by some of the EnVyUS players, still AFKing at spawn a little bit. Okay, I think that we are finally live. Again, that's what I'm talking about. You can hear the weapon switching. Either way, here we go. EnVyUS looking to put 10 rounds on the board at half-time after a real rocky start. Have been doing the work. NaVi just trying to hold on for dear life. 2 Mag 7s, one of which is on Zeus, of course. He's been typically the guy who picks this up in drop zone. Actually playing more passive outside of it this time around. Not going in there. Maybe worried about the grenade spam that could be coming up against him. Which EnVyUS have pretty much locked down every single round since they've had enough funds to support it. NBK does spot himself the head and lands it onto Guardian. Lovely shot there. Guardian re-peeks, trying to get the information desperately. They simply don't have the grenades to just filter off. The terrorist just yet sees this there. Does do a lot of damage, but will fall anyway. And now NaVi on a retake with 2 Mag 7s. One of the worst weapons to retake sites with. Because the range is so poor. And now it's all on Edward, who has one of the aforementioned Mag 7s. He's going to catch Maniac. Can't get anything done. EnVyUS will pick up the 10-5 halftime scoreline. Things getting a bit rough here for NaVi. Both teams ready. I'll fix it after this map, guys. Alright, can NaVi win this pistol and start to take us back to equality? Because really, if they lose this pistol, this map is pretty much all said and done. I know it's still fairly early days, but EnVyUS losing from an 11-5, having all the advantages in their favour on Cobblestone, I can't see how NaVi could bounce back from that. So this is crucial. This is essential for NaVi's survival here on Cobblestone. And the early damage was inflicted from EnVyUS onto Edward. It was spotted from Apex, I believe it was, tapping up through mid. Kenny S is going to land the first shot, looking for the second as well, but Apex holds the close angle, and a catastrophe for NaVi as the bomb drops in stables. Such a horrendous place for it to drop, because now the crossfire comes in, and it's lights out for NaVi. Sees your last remaining player, the terrorist, has to try and pull something out of his hat. He's still worried about someone being behind him, but they're all ahead of him. He has picked up 2 kills, which by itself is pretty impressive. The problem is he had no one to help him out, and EnVyUS have taken their 11th round. And in doing so, NaVi now against the wall, having to come out swinging. Galil will be picked up here for Zeus. It's a tactic that you do see come into the forefront more and more as time goes on. Effectively the raid boss in this round, and hoping that he can pick himself up some entries. So I'm going to take on board with him, because clearly they're putting a lot of eggs in the basket for Zeus, who will be coming up. Those flashbangs are on point. Oh my goodness, Zeus nearly fails the spray down. Eats a lot of damage for his troubles. Guardian's there to land the next headshot. And Zeus will be picked off. Finally, Guardian is still doing the work, and Edward with the Tech 9 with 2 frags takes the round back for NaVi. Would you believe it? They pick up the round. They take a couple of assault rifles through into the next one as well, adding to the Galil. And now NaVi looking to just put EnVyUS out as Zeus is... Wow, that's some laggy surfing right there from him. I'm wondering how many GoTV bugs we can get in one day. I feel like we've hit quite a few today. Look at him. He's just chilling, warping, moonwalking around the corner. Either way, it's going to be C's, the one man with the Tech 9 who's trying to be a pain in the rear end for EnVyUS over on the B side. Not making any noise just yet. NBK, as you could hear, was switching weapons and running. Has spotted himself a few players with the Deagle. Can he get anything done? No, Zeus. He's going to pick himself up the Molotov kill as the push comes in. And C's at this point may very well just bide his time and wait for the CTs to try and save these weapons and then push on in and pick up these frags. And that's pretty much what he's doing. He's currently waiting in halls as the CTs kind of fan out onto B. They just want to save now. Looks like we will have a pause after this. Apparently some TeamSpeak issues for EnVyUS. C's going to go looking right now. Doesn't really have any backup. Flamie's a bit too far behind him, but the Tech 9 loss, no big deal. And if he can pick up a kill or two, this is pretty big for him. He's not going to get it done, and actually, Kenny S, he's going to be able to save that 5-7. In fact, no, he won't. He got killed right at the end. A couple P250s in there. And it would seem that we have another player dropped, which is just fantastic. So I'm going to take this opportunity to restart my CS and fix these problems once and for all. Because I've just read chat and it seems that there's going to be a few more minutes of delays. It's been one of those days, guys. What can I say? Been a bit of a nightmare. How many pauses is that? Is someone keeping tabs of this? I feel like we could be in like double digits for pauses. So this one map so far has lasted like, I don't know, an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Oh no, NBK, the bug is still real. Quality stream. Guys, what can I do about like 15 pauses? No vid, I've done that, it doesn't work. It's really weird. I have this bug, I need to fix it. It's just recently stopped working. I think I know what the issue is. Reportcast is all his fault. Confirmed? You got me. I'm like DDoSing the players so I can have a really enjoyable extra 10-15 minutes of filling time. You got me, guys. You got me. Guilty. Stream is stuck at the schedule then. Yeah, I put it on the waiting screen while I restarted the game, guys. Right, 10th player's back in, hopefully for good. Can have this musical game of internet DCs over and done with. That's the dream right now. EnVyUS, after winning the pistol round, I really did think that they would just close this one out, that this would be pretty comfortable for them. But NaVi, all credit to them, in a round where Zeus had a Galil and everyone else had pistols with armor, destroyed EnVyUS with a pretty beautiful set play. A couple flashbangs over the wall on B halls, B long, and then just bursting out with the frags, Guardian and Edward particularly just destroying with Tech 9s and the P250 that they had. Zeus did get himself a frag before falling. So since then, NaVi have been holding on. EnVyUS now have to tap out. This is going to be an eco from them. They will be able to buy up next round. Top fragging is Kenny S now with 19 for his team. They can hear a lot of footsteps coming towards B plat. This is going to get called really soon. The grenade damage is so brutal for Guardian. He's down to 28. Zeus has also been tanked as well. They have picked up the first kill, however. That's going to take some of the pressure off, but they still haven't managed to get onto the site. Seized is going to drop one out. NBK spotted as he tries to maneuver himself into the smoke. keniS from the back of the site with that 5-7 is going to start to do work. One frag comes down. The scary thing for NaVi is 3 players are just 1 bullet away from death. So although you normally think, well, the advantage has to be in the hands of NaVi, with their HP as it is, I honestly could see this clutch coming in, as EnVyUS have landed another shot. This time it's Apex. flamie answers back. keniS is there with the Galil. He spots the head of flamie and takes it clean off his shoulders. A 2-on-1. Edward just has to play the time. The worrying thing for him now, though, is he doesn't have any flashbangs or smokes to smoke his way out of there, or screen his way off. And there's the first frag. Maniac is nowhere to be seen. I think he's having internet issues now. Oh my Gaben. What a horrendous time for a crash that is. Great eco though from EnVyUS, all things considered. Sure they don't win the round, and sure we have another crash and another pause. You can strike that up on the tally, guys. But that is devastating for EnVyUS, because you feel if Maniac is there, they can try and both push seized at different locations, potentially get the frag and the defuse, and things go horribly wrong for NaVi. As it stands, though, again, we're just waiting for another player to reconnect. Oh. I feel your frustration, guys. I feel your frustration. It's taken the fluidity and the momentum out of this game for me. This should be a sick game of CS, and with all these pauses and internet issues, it's... oh. Imagine if this keeps up over the rest of this best of 3. It's going to last about 10 hours. I'm enjoying this crashing. You are a sick individual if you enjoy this. I did mute for drinking because one time I actually drank on stream. It's water, by the way, for those of you saying, am I drunk? It's not alcohol, it's water. I drank one time and someone's like, ew, that's disgusting, mute your microphone next time. So, I don't know. Some people are too touchy, are too sensitive. Keep the hatred coming, guys. Keep blaming me for players DCing. I love it. I feed off your tears. It's beautiful. Keep it coming. They're delicious. If you guys don't realise that there's nothing I can do about the players DCing, then I don't know what to tell you. I realise most of it's trolls, but there's probably people out there that legit are blaming me for this. Keep the tears coming. Yeah, legit. The guy was actually angry at me because I drank on stream. You know, how dare I? Caster, you're drunk, man. You got me. Confirmed. Tier powered caster. True that. Stop DCing the players. I'll try my best. I can't promise anything though. You know, Twitch chat, you're ridiculous, but I love you. I've got nothing but love for you. You make me laugh. Which is hard to do at times like this, with all these delays and all these pauses. So the fact you're making me laugh, I thank you all. Well, most of you anyway. Right, he's back. I think Maniac's back. The PC I'm using here is not really cooperative. That's worrying to hear. But obviously it's not Maniac's fault. He didn't realise that he'd have to stand in today for EnVyUS after Happy's internet issues. So these things happen. C'est la vie. 22 frags for keniS, 19 for Apex on the side of EnVyUS, and then for NaVi, you got 18 kills for Seized. Oh, tab does work again now. Wonderful. 18 frags for Seized and 12 for Guardian. Seized the only player with more kills than deaths. That's going to need to change for NaVi if they want to bounce back into this one. Why not stop streaming? Because there's a lot of people that want to watch this game. I mean, would you guys prefer I turn the stream off and there was no English stream? I'm guessing not. I think we're going to have to sort out the server, yeah, because Maniac came back and he only had 3.1k to spend. So I think it's now been fixed. As the slaughter of all 10 players comes and goes. And I think now we are good to go. Fingers crossed, guys. Everyone cross their fingers, their toes, anything you can cross. Kappa. And hopefully we're going to have no more crashes. Hopefully we're going to have no more issues. That's the dream right now. Will it become a reality, though? keniS has himself the AWP, as does Guardian. And as much as I like you switching your weapons, NBK, please. Please stop. Please. Let's have a look at where the two AWPs are coming in. Who has the better spawn of these two? It looks like keniS maybe has the better one. But it's hard to tell, really, when it comes to Cobblestone. keniS is in prime position to strike right now, and that flashbang's not going to do anything to his vision. Second kill comes in as well, and a third as well, just for good measure. And Team EnVyUS putting the Haltners onto this potential comeback for NaVi. Derailing NaVi. Now, suddenly only have 2 players left. The bomb's still in the hands of Seized. At least it isn't dropped out on platform. That would put the bad position into a terrifying one for NaVi. And Seized has picked up the AWP from his fallen teammate of Guardian, but he's going to get put down as well. No ace for Kenny possible anymore, as it was kioShiMa who picked that one up, and Kio picks himself up the second frag as well after picking up the AWP from Guardian. So double AWP now for Team EnVyUS. Definitely possible. Definitely a decent setup on Cobblestone. They may very well send keniS back to B site again, and someone pushing up the A long doors, maybe even through mid. Let's see who the AWP is going to be. So kioShiMa's going to keep the AWP. And actually, they are going to be sending kioShiMa to B instead. So keniS will be chilling out on mid, hoping for the best. NaVi coming back to B again. I don't know, maybe this is getting a bit predictable right now. They have pushed B long a number of times already, 3 or 4 times, so at some point they're going to have to mix this one up. This one isn't quite as fast. They have got a player that's scurried out onto the platform, which is Guardian behind the boxes. He's hoping to get the first pick. kioShiMa, though, is their lightning fast reactions. I think Guardian was also getting some fire put down onto him as well from Maniac, from just below plat, which may have put him off slightly. What's up, Dream Caliber? How you doing? Well, for now, the game of cat and mouse continues over on platform. NaVi haven't rotated, but Seized is there. Delivers the fatal blow to kioShiMa, and he's still on the prowl. Maniac, in the meanwhile, is still in the same position at the bottom of platform, and he's doing the damage, but now he has been spotted. The jump comes out. NBK's up to the task. 2-on-2 scenario right now, and Zeus is wrapping himself round on the B side, and he could be the key man. Apex has heard the movements, though, and he is going to hold fast. 25 seconds left. Zeus has to be very wary of that. And flamie's gone back to pick up the bomb. This is going to be so tight. If he just runs straight to the site, he probably can just about get this bomb planted. In actual fact, this is maybe too close for comfort. He can't get there. He will not get to the site in time. So instead, they're going to have to go for the frags. The first one comes down. NBK pushes on through, and he will die, but it's after time. So the round will go to EnVyUS nonetheless. I don't know if that was just a bit of a derp in communication or what there. But Zeus was over on the A side for quite a while. And flamie may be staying in the B tunnels for too long. He was only about a second or two away from getting that bomb planted in time, but a second or two in Counter-Strike is, well, as you saw there, the difference between a win and a loss. And that's a pretty key mistake as well, because it takes them into a 4-round deficit with just 2 pistols with armor. And again, no huge surprises here. They are trying to fake off this B side this time around. Oh, okay, I'm liking it. So they're going to fake the B plat and then they're going to rush through drop zone instead. The flashes will connect. Drop has been occupied, but no one from EnVyUS is there. They're playing more of a passive style, and 4 players on the B side set up just for this strat. So I like the idea from NaVi. The problem is that they're still stuck inside drop zone. That's still very claustrophobic. And still allows the spray to come into effect from kioShiMa. He gets traded out, however, but now Apex has to be very wearful in case someone tries to jump out the back of drop zone and get some frags, some cheeky kills for himself. NBK misses that spray. That's pretty crucial. He'll be bitterly disappointed he didn't pick up that frag for himself. And now it's all on Kenny S. We've seen him clutch crazier plays than this, but decent avenging fragging from NaVi, and they do claw around back. EnVyUS into an eco. Did I say a 4-round deficit before? I meant a 5-round. I can maths, honestly. Either way, into the 23rd round we go. And the fast push up from NaVi on long this time. So let's try and mix it up. Maybe calling the eco is in. And A is a pretty difficult site to maintain when you only have pistols. Unless you're playing the super close angles around cannons and also the back of sight. But they're very susceptible to being molotoved and naded out. That being said, though, EnVyUS are holding their own in this round. Sure, they should still probably fall down, but 2 kills and counting. He's not a bad eco whatsoever. And if they can bag themselves another kill, that'll be job done. Not able to do so. At least it wasn't a clean sweep for NaVi. They will have to replenish a couple of those weapons, which is keeping their economy from really booming just now. Problem for EnVyUS, though, is they have to double eco because their economy is still shockingly bad. Who's Maniac? Man. I guess you haven't been around the CS scene for long. He is a legend. He is stepping in for Happy, who had internet issues, for those of you that are wondering that. That's going to hurt his feelings, I'm sure. Two frags for NaVi, as EnVyUS again, as I mentioned before, on another eco. Just tapping out here, biting the bullet, allowing the second round to come in. Zeus will get the molly frag as Maniac tries to push. Guardian step as kioShiMa looks for the cheeky peek, and that will leave Apex, who is on the right side for where the bomb is coming. So let's see if he can bag himself a couple of kills. No is the answer, as Guardian shuts him down with ease. I was thinking if Apex just holds his nerve at the back of the site, if they don't check that corner, he could bang himself a couple of frags. It's not the case, but EnVyUS will be able to buy all the same. It is going to include a FAMAS though, which still, obviously, you can pick up a bunch of frags with, but it's just not really up to scratch in terms of the AK or the M4. I think most people would agree with that statement. Kenyes very close to landing that one there with the flashbang. So, pressure cooker around for Team EnVyUS. Can you hold on for dear life? If you lose this, it's probably going to be back to even again. I doubt they can force out a decent buy next round. And Guardian through mid will just pick off the head of Kenny S, which is a massive body blow for Team EnVyUS, as he is one of the top fraggers for their side, and of course was in a good position to hold off this push. Apex is a second to fall, has to go for the peak. He's very careful in case the long push was coming in. Now EnVyUS pretty much have to tap out of this round, maybe. May already think about just saving these weapons, because those two frags make retaking A an absolute nightmare. And C looks like he's going to get in again, lurking, as he has been all day long. Comfortable frag for him onto Maniac, so one of those weapons has been taken off the table. Two more in play for EnVyUS. One of which is on NBK, who's holding the close angle just outside of the hut area. And kioShiMa's still back on long B. Flamie's going to be looking for this one. He knows it's coming in. NBK does get one frag. NaVi will be more than happy with that trade, however. They've got the funds to easily buy back up again. And EnVyUS will not save any weapons, so another round goes begging. And only Zeus died in that one. And as I mentioned, EnVyUS, they can't force up a decent buy. So again, it's going to be pistols with a couple grenades behind them, but nothing else. NaVi looking great now. And it's odd how all of these rounds have kind of been just decimations. Either way, there's not really been too many clutches. There's not really been too many 2v2s. It's typically just been a team executes onto a site and it either works or they just get wrecked. I guess maybe that is the nature of Cobblestone. It's seized again. Rambo himself, the one-man army. From his own plat. He's taking damage though. kioShiMa just tapping across with his deagle, hoping for the best. Didn't see him there. Apex through the smoke into the head of Edward. That's going to sting. Certainly going to leave a mark. His grenade bounces over, lands on Zeus, but does 1 HP of damage. Just the S8 things. And a couple of pistol kills doing well for EnVyUS as the team damage does come in there. It's not too significant though from EnVyUS. I think Kenny was trying to pop the crate there. One has been dropped in no man's land. It was Kenny S that tapped NBK in the back of the head. 37 seconds left. The bomb dropped out in the open. What can flamie get done from this position? The answer is nothing so far. Finally gets himself the first frag. It's now all on him. Second frag is in, but doesn't have enough bullets or enough time to spin around and pick up kioShiMa. So EnVyUS do it with no Kevlar. Other than, I think, one player had Kevlar. It may have been Apex who had like a Deagle Kevlar. The rest of them had upgraded pistols, and that was it. And EnVyUS pick it up with style. NaVi will be kicking themselves right now. That was their chance to bring us back to even at 13 apiece. It seemed to me that NaVi somewhat went in one by one. Again, I said this before, avenging frags so crucial on the T side, and we really didn't see any from NaVi there. They get picked off one by one from pistols. That's just not good enough. And if they end up losing this map, I think that's going to be the moment that they highlight and say, that's where we screwed this up. First frag goes down from Maniac onto Edward regardless. And that has definitely baited out some of those EnVyUS players. There were for a few seconds 3 players stacked on A. One of which the sweeper role of Kenny S though, as he will be coming through. Back onto the B side, and now the rotation through onto B. But have a quick look at this. Apex moving himself in, snaking through, getting so much information right now. This allows the stack from EnVyUS onto the B side. They don't have to keep anyone in A because they know there's no way of anyone being there, and Apex has struck. And again it sees. First frag down, looking for the second. And that's how crucial information is for you. So NaVi, this is what I'm saying. Maybe a bit too predictable earlier on. Consistently going for the B side. As soon as Apex got through the hallway there, he knew exactly what was coming up. And that information was crucial to round 27. And now NaVi on their last lifeline. Desperately trying to hold on for dear life. In this first map of the best of 3. This time it looks to be an A-focused attack for NaVi. Just pushing up long together. No one is home for EnVyUS. Kenny S is watching from the side. He's watching from the doors. But he's watching down mid. So if he's not careful, and if NaVi are fast enough, they could peek out and pick up the frag. Op shot will ring out, but doesn't connect from Guardian. And now with that miss, Apex has moved himself in, but he switches to the Molotov. Guardian's there for the free frag. Thank you very much. He's been traded out from Kenny. Has to spray through the doors. Not really connecting on anything. Sees though. He's going to pick himself up one frag and the second as well. And now he's in a great position to drop down and maybe put an end to Maniac's life, who somehow scurries away through the door. Not going to be enough for him though. Zeus with the M4A4 opens up and takes him down. kioShiMa now in a 1v2 without having any flashbangs. He's pretty much just going to have to go for broke here. And that's what he's done. And in doing so, he's left himself open. Can't necessarily blame him for that. What I would say maybe is, looking at that economy again, would a save weapon have bolstered up the economy of Team EnVyUS to a point where they could have bought this round? Maybe. But playing devil's advocate, to be fair, EnVyUS have already ecoed NaVi 3 times in this game. So they may feel just as confident with these pistols, in all fairness to them. That grenade does 20 damage to Apex. He's just holding the close angle there and long. Him and kioShiMa trying to hold down the fort over there. NBK playing in drop zone. He's going to spot himself. The head and connects it onto flamie. The destruction is real there. Beautiful stuff from NBK. The only downside is the weapon didn't drop down into the drop zone, so you can't pick it up. But still, the frag was key, and Maniac with the jumping headshot onto C's. Oh, NaVi must be feeling sick right now. Maniac's still up there. He will get picked off afterwards. What the hell did I just witness? Maniac with a jumping, cheeky 5-7 one-tap. Good night. Still, the round is very much alive for both teams. NaVi will be favourites with their weapons. With the fact they have the grenades. No defuse kit on Team EnVyUS. Only one player has Kevlar. That's going to be kioShiMa. And maybe the biggest worry of all is that they've pretty much left A open, and that's where NaVi are currently pushing. Edward's going to throw out the smoke. He has spotted himself in BK. That's going to be easy pickings for him. Also, the balcony was smoked, which is going to make it very difficult for EnVyUS to push on through. And saving Deagle and Kevlar here is actually worth for EnVyUS. There's nothing wrong with saving this. That's still a little bit of money, but they may look for the exit frags instead and see if they can pick up a weapon. The call would have came out as well that NBK and Maniac did pick themselves up frags in drop zone. So there is the AK-47 for kioShiMa. Thing is though, the Zeus knows it, and he's came in. He can't get the second kill. It appears from kioShiMa's position that he should be good to go here. He will keep the AK and the Kevlar alive. The score moves to 15-14. After all of the delays, all the pauses, all of the issues we've had, it comes down to this. EnVyUS will have enough funds to get full assault rifles and grenades, a healthy buy for EnVyUS. The NaVi, one round away from taking us to overtime. It would be a pretty sick comeback if they pull this off. But that is a big if. And the last 4 or 5 rounds, the majority of their victories have came in eco rounds. So now that EnVyUS have their weapons, let's see if NaVi can crack this defense as well. This time it's going to be Edward who pushes long by himself. He's going to meet kioShiMa there with his A4. Or maybe not. Instead, Edward decides to go through mid. He's just holding the angle where he can see if players come through long or mid doors. This has been a consistent issue for NaVi over the duration of their T rounds. They line up for C's. He's going to pick off the one player, lands the headshot, but Maniac instantly answers back through the smoke. kioShiMa ups his flash, doesn't matter anyway, even if he landed that, no one was home. Zeus then picks off Maniac, who goes looking for a second time and costs him his life. NBK is crucial here for EnVyUS. He needs to hold on. If he can get a frag or two, that's massive for EnVyUS. That's exactly what he started off with. The kill into Zeus was big. He's kept 100 of his HP alive and kicking as well. The second spray is down, but Guardian comes in, lands the shot. kioShiMa is there. flamie behind kioShiMa is going to pick him off and looks for the final frag. He turns around. Apex is just behind him. And kioShiMa must be face-palming right now, as flamie was just behind that aggressor. Oh, flamie's been caught, goes looking again for Apex and gets picked off. 16-14. There's going to be the end scoreline here on Cobblestone. What a close map that was, but EnVyUS just about hold on. And will take us through onto train at 1-0 up. I don't know about you guys. I need to go and get some drinks or something for myself because my voice is dying. There's a lot more CS coming up. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying. Again, apologies for the delays. Not too much I could do about that. I'm going to cut it back into a music break. And we're going to join us will be live for Train, which of course is NaVi's choice of map. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.